Hello, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We're gonna design some more ships. We're not gonna do 1921. We are in fact gonna do some ships for 1927. And why 1927? Because that's the first year you get radar. So, we're gonna make sure that when the AI gets Radar 1 researched, they're gonna have some decent ships. So I've designed some already. Why are you giving me an error for that? It's completely fine. What we're gonna do first, we're gonna make a copy of this design. That's the Hunter class. See, it's completely fine. What are you whining about? So, well, not a lot of people watched my, it's been a while now, my British campaign. But the Hunter is a copy of a battlecruiser class I had in that campaign, and it was a version of another battlecruiser class I had in that campaign called the Caledonia. Now, the Caledonia was very effective for me in that campaign. It had 12 13-inch guns, triples, that were quite long. We're gonna give them some armor, of course, because you can't have a 3.6-inch barbette on a battlecruiser. Come on. Like so, and we're gonna make them a little bit longer. 45s. Is that long enough? Yeah, I think that's good enough. And this is the Caledonia class. Which has some weight to spare. That's fine. It's completely okay. 35 knot battlecruiser, a decent cruiser killer, I would say. So let's save it. And they're also gonna need a decent battleship. When do they get modern battleships? What are you on about? This is a what are you messing around with here, game? Okay, we're just gonna exit the constructor and re-enter it, because things were a little bit weird. There we go. And that's the Caledonia we just designed. Modern Battleship 1, 1929. So, we're going to design one of these two, but we're going to try and stick to the kind of tech they would have in 1927. Because the years here in the shared design, ship designer, they don't necessarily correspond with the years an AI will be able to build something. So we're gonna stick to Advanced Tower 2. And this one speed 30, I would think, is enough. Oil 2, gear turbines 2. Oh yeah, that's ample funnelage. Let's just put it there. Yeah. Yeah, you can get Mark 3 16-inch guns. And this will be the... I had a decent class of battleships like this also in the British campaign. I don't remember the class name, but one of them was the Patriot. So that's going to be the class name for this class. And we're going to do double 16 simple AVXY layout. I'm gonna do the balancing act later on. Do I want to make it a little bit slimmer? Nah, it's plenty sleek as it is. It's a decent looking fast battleship, I want to say. Can we go 32 knots? Yes, we can. Let's slap on some technology. Crip 5, I know they have that. Barbette 4, let's go anti-torp 3 to begin with. Pretty sure they have anti-torp 4 already, but the anti-torp stuff adds just so much weight. Standard high capacity ballistic 1. Will they have auto 1 by the time it's time to build this ship? I don't know. Let's go semi-auto. Cordite 3. TNT 2 because it has better like flash fire modifiers than TNT 3. Coincidence 4, sonar 1 probably, RDF, and generation 1 radar, not 2. Because they might not get to research radar 2. Okay, let's add on some armor. I want an 8-inch main deck. Do I want to limit my... let's go 16 main belt. Let's make it kind of quasi... all or nothing. With less armor on the fore and aft deck. And more on the citadel. Like so. These are 43s. Make them 45s. 32-kilometer range. Reload time 78 seconds. And it's gonna hit plenty hard. Now let's try and balance it out a little bit. And slightly in. All right. Now that leaves 5,000 tons for secondaries. Can I fit 6-inch turrets here? I can. It gives me more aft weight offset, but if I shift this funnel further forwards, well, that fixes things. That's a decent secondary battery. Can we fit some 4-inch guns? Nah, the funnel is in the way. Let's skip the 4-inch guns and go straight down to 3. And 2. Just to fill things in. No, funnel is in the way. There's a lot of 2-inch guns. More aft weight offset. But I've got so much weight to spare. What if we move the that's a bit of a 4-weight offset. .8 4-weight offset now. I can put that there. So what I'm thinking, let's put another 6-inch gun up here. That's more 4-weight offset, yes. But because we have so much weight to spare, we can space out these turrets a bit. 0.8 4-weight offset, that's certainly not bad. What more can we do now? The 6-inch turrets have maxed out armor. But we can always make them a little bit longer. $39. $40. Give them some useful range. $33 knots. Let's actually go down to 32 and see if we can fit anti-torp 4. Yes, it's possible. Patriot class. I like it. Patriot. Anything else for 1929? Even though this is like kind of 1927 level tech, except for the hull. Let's do... Let's make a DD, actually. I haven't made a lot of DDs as shared designs, because that's generally something the AI does a decent job of. I'm not saying that the AI is amazing at designing DDs, but as long as the DD is kind of fast and has torpedoes, it does the job of a DD quite well. It's a huge funnel. Do I really need 219% engine efficiency? No, I don't think so. This one won't fit. That will fit. And it's much smaller and gives me enough engine efficiency. Guns. I'm tempted to go with this one. I'll just stack a bunch of guns up here. Let's see, it's British, so we're gonna go 4.5 inch. 4-weight offset, completely terrible. But we're gonna add the torpedo launchers on the back. That fixes some things. We're gonna make them 22 inch. Now let's add some technology and see what we have to do. Engine 3. Shaft 2 unbalanced. Bulkheads 1. I want to see if I can keep it below 50 million. Standard ratio, semi-ballistic. No, you can't armor up these. Now you can armor them. 4.5 inch. Let's go 2 inches of turret armor. Need the turrets to actually traverse. TNT 2. Or do we want to live dangerously? Yeah, I'm thinking we want to live dangerously. Cordite 2. Semi-auto. Coincidence 5. Sonar 1. Radar 1. And minesweeping. With fast torpedoes, it's 10-kilometer range, 62 knot torpedo speed. With standard, that's 15-kilometer range, 8.6 knots. I'm thinking fast would probably be better. That's what I would go for if it was my DD. nearing the weight limit. Yeah, I might just have to go one barbette on the front. Or do I want to do... maybe something like this? Yeah. This turret being as tall as the bridge, that's fine. You know, you don't need to look and see where you're going anyway, right? We're keeping things kind of balanced, surprisingly. Yeah, a little bit under the weight limit, but that's not a problem, really. Yeah, this is mainly just to get better arcs, not to fiddle too much with the weight offset, but that's a decent DD. It can spot, it can shoot, it can launch torpedoes. Nessus class. Let's go back to 1927, which is the year we're actually building for. We've made a modern heavy cruiser 3. Let's build a modern heavy cruiser 1. That is basically like the Latona class I built for 1921, but with a radar. That's gonna be the only change. Oh, and maybe some other changes. Like so. Mm, 43 funnel capacity. I was hoping I would be able to fit 2 of these. Oh, wait, hang on. It's possible to put a funnel on the rear tower. Wide funnel 2 fits. Large wide funnel 1 fits. Large wide funnel 2 does not fit. Large funnel 1 does fit. Alright. Does large funnel 2 fit? No. None of these others, because they've got the bits sticking out. So let's go with the large funnel 1. Okay, let's have a gap there. And balanced, I guess. Main guns were 10-inch doubles. Mark 4. Alright, let's add on some stuff. And see what we need to remove to make it work. Yeah, I can go Citadel 5. That's fine. Alright, 3 TNT2. Again, semi-auto. Because I'm not sure if they have, if they're gonna have Auto 1 researched by the time they come around to building this. Yeah, we got some weight to spare. Let's add on some armor. And then we're gonna move things around to balance it. .47s. That's decent, but we're this close to 50. You know, gotta make it a round number. Hogue. I'm just gonna call it the Latona 2. For the balancing act. A little bit of aft weight offset. The 5-inch guns don't fit up there. The 4-inch guns do. Let's add some 2-inch guns where we can. Like so. Still have weight to spare. What are we gonna do with that weight? I don't feel like just giving it more armor. Maximum bulkheads? Yes. Some guns have a poor arc of fire. Which ones? Looks good to me. Latona 2. 117 million. Compared to the 166 million for the Cleopatra class. Decent. It's not completely over the top for a 1927 cruiser, but it's pretty hefty. Okay, that's Britain. France. I've made them a battleship, a heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser. Don't really feel like making them a battlecruiser, because the best battlecruiser hull they have is this old battlecruiser 3. So I just made them a fast battleship instead. And I also did what I did with the British. I give them a 1929 modern battleship 1 with the Mark III 16-inch guns, but otherwise using 1927 levels of tech. So France, yeah, they're kind of done. Germany, that's me. I'm just looking forward to being able to build these ships in my campaign. Well, I've gotten the modern heavy cruiser 1 hull researched, I just don't have the construction capacity at this time. So not gonna do Germany. United States. What have I made for them? A bunch of stuff in 1925. Oh. A bunch of stuff for 1930. And this is one of those 1921, but using 1927 levels of tech. Because, you know, it's American, it's got to have those 16-inch guns, and if it's got to be 16, I want them to be at least Mark III. Otherwise, it's got radar 1 and so on. Let's make them a modern battlecruiser. This one has to be quite fast. It's gotta have range. I can reduce the bulkheads a bit. Oil 2, gear turbines 2. Tower 1 and 1 enhanced have this kind of weird barbette. What can you even fit on that? Oh, it can't go with 16s. But you know what? It can go it can go with 15s. And it's got Japanese secondary towers as options. You know, let's pick a modern tower that actually matches the rear tower, like so. So you can't actually go with 16-inch guns on this hull. Let's go triple 15s. This might not be something they're able to build in 1927. Actually, scratch that. We're changing the plan again. Gonna go triple 14. can't make them like equal distance. Oh, if I just go with 2 of the Mega Funnel 2s. That's 50.9. 98.2. Do I have to reduce speed to make my dream come true? No, I can just make it a little bit sleeker. 100%. Not that I think 98 point something percent would be like completely useless. Let's go reinforced bulkheads 1, because it kind of is a battle cruiser, kind of a cattle bruiser. And I don't know why standard ratio is not the default here. That strikes me as a little bit weird. We want to go heavy shells actually. TNT 2, Cordite 3. Maybe the Americans actually will have Auto 1. Because their budget is... Actually, let's go auto... semi-auto. Yeah, they got a lot of money. In my campaign. Let's go 15 on the main belt. Let's go kind of light on the fore and aft belt. Let's actually go a little bit heavier on the deck armor. But otherwise, try to go for kind of a all or nothing type of armor scheme, with not too much armor on the bits not covering the citadel. .51 caliber. 53. 54. Do we really want to make them this long? Or do we actually just want to make them 50? 50. And yes, if you reduce barrel length on a gun, it's not going to show you the length if you have more than one turret mounted. It's an annoying little bug. It is how it is. Let's move things back a bit. Come on. Come on, just fit right into it. Okay. Fine, we're getting a gap. Fine. We can live with a gap. Now let's go for secondaries. "5" 37s. $38. Still 38. Alright. Like so. What more? 2-inch guns. Lots of room for those. Some parts are badly placed. Okay. Okay. So these won't work. That will work. If it fits, it will sit. Now, if I put a gun on this, sadly, that ruins the arc of fire for the main gun. So those gun tubs are kind of useless. Can I now actually go with bulkheads 2? No. Stick with bulkheads 1. Can I go max bulkheads? No. Stick with many. It's got most of the other stuff that I wanted on this ship. Spotting range 26,000. Chippewa. Save design. Now let's go down to 1927 again and give them some cruisers. It's modern heavy cruiser 1. That looks like a fattened up light cruiser hull. We're gonna go with this. Might actually, let's make a kind of budget heavy cruiser, Northampton class. 32 knots, lots of range. Let's make it budgety. Let's go oil 1. Let's go oil 2. Go with the cheapest tower. It's gonna have a radar, but otherwise it's gonna be kind of low tech. Kind of limited by the bit in the middle here. Oh, you don't fit a funnel? What's the point of this bit in the middle if it doesn't fit a funnel? Okay. You know, if a funnel fits... No. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put the funnels like this. We're gonna add the tiniest secondary... Now let's actually give it a decent tower like that. Are there no funnels that are kind of like short? Guess we're just gonna have to live with this funnel being a little bit taller than the other ones. 9-inch Mark 5. Could go with 8-inch, which is the historical caliber, but they are only Mark 3, because while 9-inch guns are at the bottom of the big gun tech tree branch, 8-inch guns are at the top of the small gun tech tree branch. So by the time you get to Mark 5 8-inch guns, you're gonna have like Mark 5 14 something. So we're gonna go with 9s. Three of them. And now we have a 4-weight offset. Do I really have to go with an ABXY layout? I guess I do. That ruins my weight budget, I think. Might even have to reduce speed to 30 knots. Barbette 2, anti-torp 2. Increased AP, standard ratio, high capacity, cat ballistic 2. Standard electrical is fine. Semi-auto, I guess. Coincidence 5. Sonar 1, RDF. Gen 1 radar. Getting so close. We can do less armor on the turrets. Okay. 1.5, 1. Yeah, and a half. We made it. These are 45s. That will have to do. Well, that's pretty good, actually. What do I have to reduce to afford secondaries? .31 knots. That bumped up the range. It also bumped down the cost. Let's see, at 32 it was... At 33 it would be like so. Let's make them really budget friendly at 30. So we can also reduce the range. And can we stick a couple of 5-inch guns on here? You know, it just would not be American without them. 5-inch 37s. .38s. Let's go straight down to 2-inch guns. These don't even fit here. Alright. Am I greedy if I go 4 inches on the main deck and 4 on the turret roof? No, that's fine. That's not a bad boat for 90 million. Yeah, it's got standard bulkheads. And the armor is like pretty good, but not super impressive. 8-inch main belt is actually very good. It's just not as over the top as on some other heavy cruisers of the era that I have also designed. Let's go for Modern Heavy Cruiser 2. This is gonna be a little bit more extravagant. I think. At least here we can fit funnels that fit. Speed 35 knots. Let's just go all the way. Many bulkheads. Oil 2, gear turbines 2. You can see it's already twice as expensive as the Northampton class. Oh, it's... why... I just said we would have no funnel issues. Why no mega funnel? The standard American style, battleship style funnel that fits on these towers. Why you know? Okay, let's go 34 knots. Main guns. Let's go 11s. Said it would be more extravagant than the Northampton class, and I meant it. I mean, you can take this all the way up to 19,000 tons. Let's go balanced because it adds a little bit of range. What happens if I go balanced boilers? It doesn't actually add that much. We can go back up to 35 knots. Now this is getting really expensive, but if there is any nation in my campaign that can afford to blow what will probably end up being 300 million on a heavy cruiser, it's the United States. Bulkheads 1 to begin with. All or nothing. Citadel. Increased AP standard. Capped 2. High capacity. TNT 2. Cordite 3. Again, not sure if they're gonna have this. Rangefinder Coincidence 5. Sonar 1, RDF, Gen 1 radar, and some anti-submarine stuffs. Let's play with the armor. It will still be kind of all or nothing. Mainly focused around the Citadel. We're gonna see what I can afford to add to this. So we only got 600 tons of free displacement. $400 tons left. Can I make this reinforced 2? That added 240 tons. So I have 160 left. Might actually have to go down to 34 knots if we're gonna fit all of these 5-inch 38s. Ship is overweight. Five-inch 38. 56. Let's make them 55s. Like so. $34 knots. That added some to my range, which is nice, because we ain't done with the secondaries yet. Oh. That's the one I wanted to copy. So no, you can't use these gun tubs because they interfere with the funnels. so many places to put 2-inch guns on these American towers. 250 million. It did not end up being 300 million. Can afford reinforced bulkheads too. Anything else I want to add to this? Some 5-inch armor. 3.8. 2.1 barbette. Okay. Yeah, it's a decently punchy heavy cruiser. Brooklyn class. Alright. So that was some more ships designed for my German campaign that hopefully the AI will decide to build at some point. Look at all those gun barrels. Of course, the 2-inch guns are not really that useful unless I get really close. But they kind of fill in little bits. It's kind of weird to me that American hulls do not have access to quad barrel secondaries like the French do. Because then you could actually go for something like the quad barrel Bofors anti-aircraft guns, which would be 40mm. That's less than 2 inches, but you're going to reduce the caliber of 2-inch guns and turn them all the way down to 1 inch if you want to. So you can kind of get that caliber. Of course, in a game without aircraft, limited utility, but the option is there. Anyway, that was me designing some more ships. You guys seem to like the previous ship design episode, so I'm gonna try and keep these coming at a semi-regular schedule. And don't worry about German share designs. Once the campaign is finished and I'm getting ready for another campaign as another nation, you know, all of these share design ships, they're gonna remain in my folder. So then it will be time to design some German ships too, and can make some content out of that. It's quite a beautiful ship, I would say. If you want to design me some ships, I set up an email account especially for that purpose, so you can send me your shared design files, and I'm gonna add them to my folder, and maybe, if we're lucky, the AI will decide to build them. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye and take care.